my 50% is better than most people's 100.
Right.
What the hell did you just say? My 50% is better than other people's 100. She is so full of herself. Her head can't fit in a room. We talk about men's egos. My God. She thinks she is God's gift to the world. Hello and welcome. I feel like my brain is going to explode from all the madness that goes on when they're just following up with these couples. Because the crazy part is it feels like that the whole season, the men were played out to be the villains. And they had a lot of faults. I trashed them the whole season, and I maintain most of what I said throughout that season. However, when it got to the reunion and in this special, it flipped completely. And the women are just the mean girls. And that's all they are. They've turned into complete mean girls, with Becca a little bit along for the ride and Chloe being the outcast. It's really interesting to see how this has been going on, and it makes you question what might have actually been going on behind the scenes in the season. So, fun to watch, never-ending train wreck. But first, if you want to support the channel, drop a super thanks, join with a membership, but at the very least, comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications when new videos come out. We're going to be looking at other videos going forward until the next season at Married at First Sight, so I'm looking forward to that. We'll discuss a little bit more later. But let's get it poppin'.
Partner. I have a partner. My boyfriend, he lives in Seattle, and yeah, it is long distance for now.
Well, you know what? That's exactly what she wanted. This is exactly what she wanted, what she needed. She wants someone that is not there. Someone that's long distance works perfectly for her because she doesn't like people in her space. She just wants to trash and strangle the person that is around her. So this is actually perfect for her. It's not going to end well, but call me not shocked at all for her actually being in a relationship that is long distance. And she goes on to say that, oh, well, he might move here, but yeah, she doesn't really want that. She likes this long distance thing, seeing you occasionally every now and then. She'd rather be in control of her life, be independent. Of course, you're going to end up lonely. You're going to end up alone if you don't make some changes in your life. But I think that's what she wants in the real. Not the lonely thing. I think she'll have a lot of regrets later in life. But she wants to be alone right now because she wants to be able to control. She wants to be able to puppet master. She wants to be able to have her space. That's not what a relationship is. Long distance, I'm not saying it never works, because it can. There's a lot of circumstances where it can work. But in her case, it's not lending itself to wanting a real relationship.
I liked him from the moment I met him.
Yeah.
I feel like, I have a good judge of character.
Oh, I know you do.
Does anyone really think Lauren has a good judge of character? I mean, of all the things, I was pretty much more for her and against Orion for the whole season. And then came the reunion where it went complete mean girls, and all of a sudden she just decided to jump in and start attacking, but yet say, oh, but we all need to heal, but yet screw you, you liar. And they're calling Orion lion in here. And look, like I said, he had a lot of faults, but her true colors really came out. And now she's going to say, I have a great judge of character. You have no judge of character. You don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I'm a much better person, not just having gone through the experience, but specifically having had gone through the experience with her. And
you know what? This is the thing. Michael has grown on me. He's grown on me a lot because he has a lot of insight. And although I don't like some of the aspects of the feminine stuff, the stuff he does, the fact is he talks with a lot of sense. He's really been there and was there for Chloe, and they ended up the best, even if they didn't end up together. So I got a lot of respect for that. And you know what? The fact is I ended up liking the guy probably than most of the other guys. I didn't mind Cameron. I like Cameron okay. Obviously, he had something to do with a little bit of the planning and stuff, but they were all in on it, so I can't really hold that against him that much, except for Michael, which is why he talks with some sense, and actually, he's probably one of the better guys in this. Now, I don't think he was ready for marriage, and he probably wasn't a good choice, because obviously him and Chloe seem good together, but he didn't make the decision to stay, and now it's like they still have all this chemistry, it seems, but yet it's like, but we didn't work out, so that's a little but I got to give him his props.
Friendship with all of the men, which I'm really grateful for because they've definitely pulled me under their wings.
And that's sad that it's the men that did that with her, and she's getting a lot of the trash talking that she is, and the other women trashing that they kind of clicked up and they kind of became, like I said, these mean girls. And they're not liking Chloe because she didn't jump in on the bandwagon, because you never saw her really jump in. Now, for her, validated feelings and authentic true self and all that crap she says, yeah, I don't like that crap. But take that out of the equation, work on, that crap you're talking about, my truth, all that stuff. Okay, that can be corrected when you realize that there's the truth, my truth, whatever. Okay, I've spoken my piece on that. But overall, I think she wasn't that bad, and she's getting a lot of vitriol from the other women because she's hanging out with the guys. That's it. And they're making up lies about her, or so it would seem.
Within Lauren that made her feel like this was something that she should investigate.
Talking about Michael.
And so, to my understanding, yes, she has investigated it.
Okay, so I don't know what the context is with that. What she's saying is that Lauren reached out to Michael. Michael and Chloe aren't together, but they're still kind of close, or so it would seem on the show. And she's saying that good luck with that, basically, because I'm still kind of close to him. Later on, Lauren has her own take on it, but it's kind of in the realm of a confessional thing, so it looks like it could have been shot after the fact, like the producer said, hey, she said this, what do you want to say back, to kind of keep something going. I don't know that. It just seems that way. It seems like a counteractive thing to what Chloe's saying. But I don't really know that. I just know that she's getting along with the guys, and all the girls are clicking up and wanting to continue to trash the guys and Chloe because she's with the guys. And there's no indication that she's trying to steal men, but that was one of the allegations.
I don't know how to cheat the system, like dumber, put their heads together. But if they want to keep continuing their spiraling, whatever, because we are happy, healthy, healing, and looking hot.
Everything she says now is some sort of egotistical, I'm awesome crap. Emily is really showing, I think, her true colors. And it makes you wonder how much what Brennan said was actually true about her negativity. Because, during the whole season, you feel bad for her, or I did, because it's like, she did seem like a pretty positive person. But he's like, you're one of the most negative people. And then she does this stuff that's like, everything is sarcastic. Everything is, but I'm awesome though, about me. And everything is, we're great. They're idiots. Like, lady, you're proving his point. The thing about the women is, if they had come to the reunion special and just said, and just cried and said that I just was so hurt, I wanted this marriage to work, guess where everyone still would have been? On their side. Instead, they came with the vitriol, looking like they clicked up that mob mentality and just went attack, 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 even during the breaks, even with Kevin having to come out and say, hold on. We're just trying to keep the peace here, against the women, not the men. Interesting. And she continues on with this and still wants to talk about her healing journey, which I have not seen yet.
I don't think we're trying to dwell on the past and put these men down, but Brennan put me through hell.
Okay, see, right there is a case in point. I mean, don't think we're trying to dwell on the past or put these men through it, but Brennan put me through hell. Okay, so everything is a justification. If you want growth, if you want to grow as a person, then you have to work on you. Not say you're working on you, work on you. I'm not saying you did not go through troubling things with Brennan. He was very controlling at points, which was wrong. Called it out then, call it out now. But when you're looking like this and looking like, and on one breath you say, I just want, I don't want to look like I'm trashing him, but this is what he did and this is why I'm trashing him. They don't mesh. They do not mesh, and you are never going to grow up, because right now, as I said, the women look like mean girls stuck in middle school. It's insane.
Even thinking about dating, is that even in your rearview mirror?
Because you're Mrs. O.
I'm not.
Okay, listen, you hear that there? She is sarcastic and bitter about everything. Now, this was because she's got a boyfriend. Now, her boyfriend is long distance. It's not even, I don't believe it's an even really thing. Maybe it's something she's just doing right now, whatever. I don't believe long distance for her is ever going to work. But Emily's like, you're happy with Mr. Right and all this stuff. But just dripping with sarcasm. It's insane. And then she says, and just in the next breath, she's like, oh, I'm just joking. No, you're not. Several times in this episode does she have that sarcasm and then try to play it off as I'm just joking. So it's there. It's real. This is where I talk about they need body language experts up in this place. Now, not for this part, I get it, but it'd just be fun for a body language expert to read it. Like, because I can point out some things and say, oh, this is this, but I'm not a body language expert. It would be funny for someone to, some body language expert to say what it means. That would be interesting. They definitely should do that for the interviews in the beginning. And, you know, with Chicago coming up, if I see, I'm just saying it, if I see a body language expert up in the interviews, then I'm going to take credit for it. I don't care if it's really I don't care if it's really me or not.
Van stage.
Lauren is the most flirtatious human being I've ever met. She does it well. But now I'm like,
Does she?
Michael also is doing that. And I'm like, wow, these are
Run! Run for your damn life. What the hell are you doing? Now, it's very clear what the show is doing. The show is trying to sow mistrust and sow feuds and whatnot, when in reality, all this ends with is like, yeah, you know, joking, ha 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 ha. And that's about it. That's kind of the end of it. And I don't know why he would want to be hanging out with them, but really for him, he comes off as just wanting to keep the peace, wanting to be positive. So I get it. He wants to be on good terms with everyone. But the show is definitely trying to make it seem like, oh, what about Michael and Lauren? Listen, a lot of people said Michael and Lauren might be the match. Even I thought Michael and Lauren might be the match. Run for your damn life, Michael. Good Lord, if you're even considering it. And he kind of puts out there that he's not, and it makes it seem like it's orchestrated because he's like, yeah, you know, people are saying that, but, you know, just kind of game recognizes game. And that's what he says, word for word, trying to basically say, you know, we're both kind of cool people and whatever, but I don't think he's really feeling it per se. Who knows? Big mistake, dude. Big mistake if you do that.
Met the dark parts of themselves, who is emotionally intelligent, not just to a point where they can say, I'm upset, and they don't know why, but it's like, I'm upset, and here's the reasons why.
Okay. She wants to be able to sit down and process her feelings, and she wants the man to be able to sit there and process his back. It doesn't always work that way. Now, if that's what you're looking for, by all means, look for it. But it's okay for a guy to say, this is how I feel, this is why I feel that way, and leave it at that if that's how he feels. Because a lot of times men don't want to just sit there and talk about feelings. I'm not saying men can't cry. I'm not saying men can't share feelings. But be realistic that you may have a certain emotional level that you want to sit there and talk and process for a long time on end, and a man may not. Accept the differences. You don't want to date yourself in a man. You just don't.
That I'll play over you.
What?
And then we will round out the journey with some Reiki energy healing.
Okay. Look, by all means, however you do things, but I'm just going to point out that if I'm hanging out with my friends, it's not going to be at some sound bowl, meditation, cacao drinking party. So, do you? Not exactly my idea of a hanging out with the boys, but hey, although they are drinking chocolate, so that does sound interesting, but you know.
Yeah.
We'll just say that my life improved immensely when I removed myself from the women.
Yes. I wonder why. Could it be possibly that all they want to do is be catty and talk trash and go and hang out and drink and just be negative? I mean, that's why I say Brennan was right to an extent, because that's all Emily wants to do. Now, some of that can be attributed to, okay, your marriage didn't end well. You do feel scorned. He was controlling. He had his own issues. Some of that can be attributed to that. But the fact that you're just carrying on and y'all are in this group, this mob mentality that never ends well, is not good for any of y'all's healing.
Claire, Emily, Becca, Lauren, they care so much about the optics of it all, still to this moment. They care so much that they just have to get in and make these nasty online comments.
Yes. And listen, I'm not following any of their social media, so I don't know what they're saying or doing, but I definitely can see from their behavior, them going on there and just continuing this on with a trash session on whatever social media is their choice. I can definitely see that. And the fact is it's kind of funny. Cameron, who was accused with all the other guys of being only out for optics and formulating everything, which they had a role in, which the girls agreed to. I get it. But then you talk about now it's flipped and now all they care about is optics. We're trashing you to hopefully make you look bad. Trash, trash, trash. Although, they got to think in their head that maybe this isn't the best route because they're just looking vitriolic. That's all they're looking. And the guys are looking like we're moving on. Who's looking bad now? It's not the men. It's the women 100% now. It's crazy.
Someone said I looked like Ted Bundy if Ted Bundy had zero sex appeal.
That's a good one. I get it. There could be mean people on the internet, but you kind of got to know what you sign up for. But he looks like Ted Bundy if Ted Bundy had zero sex appeal. That's a good one. I had to laugh at that. And at least he's laughing. I'll say that. At least he's laughing.
And thinks there's nothing wrong with her being friends with Austin, but wants to block me from having a friendship with Michael. And I'm not really in the business of coddling people's...
Yes, you are. All you do is coddle the women's emotions. That's it. And then you want to say that, oh, we have to not take it personal. We have to move forward. But they're all awful. They are all terrible people. Like, she is a liar. Like, Lauren is a liar. Lauren, I was on Lauren's side the whole damn time. One reason why I don't believe what she's saying, which is that she friended Michael and Chloe was vitriolic towards her. Didn't say why. Didn't say if it's on social media. Didn't say if she texted her. Didn't say whatever. And then say, but you're friends with Austin. I get it. You're trying to do the back and forth because of whatever. I don't know what exactly happened between you and Michael. But then in the next step, you say, I'm not in the business of coddling people. But yet you coddle the women every time you're with them and embrace whatever vitriolic craziness they have and just move it forward while saying here, oh, but we need to heal, we need to do better, while saying here, oh, but Orion. And let me tell you the other thing is I was on her side the whole time, but then she says, but then in the reunion with Orion didn't really do anything in the reunion. He apologized, and you know what? I still maintain what I said during the season about his crap in the beginning, but he didn't look bad at all, and yet she's talking about the reunion like he looked awful. Like, I don't know what they're remembering. I don't know what they were seeing, but they just came off like men are bad, women good, women group good, men group bad. Like, that's all it was. It was like caveman stuff. It's like we really went back to like some really old school stuff there of just like mob mentality and clans and clashes and insane. I don't believe her. Not for a second.
What I went through, it really put a lot into perspective. I continue to have like realizations about myself.
Mm-hmm. What realizations exactly have you had about yourself? You went back to exactly the same things you're doing. And by the way, one thing she said when she was having drinks or whatever with Claire was like, one thing I recognize is when you put out there, then you get what you got coming back. And now the quality of man coming into my life is, better. Not word for word, but generally what she said. But then says, I'm not looking for a relationship. So she basically admitted that she's still just dating around and probably sleeping around. Probably getting to that third date, whatever. And yet, here, she's talking about growth and doing better. By the way, who puts their therapy sessions on TV? And I'm not talking about the experts, because the experts, that's just part of the show. That's what they sign up for. It's not even a real therapy session. This is supposedly your real therapy session, and you're putting it on there. She only did that because she thought it would make her look better. He only did that because he thought he was going to get more clients. Good luck with that, buddy, because your job, you ain't doing a good one.
People that are with us don't go all the way through the journey, but you also found some real great allies along the way.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. The best part of it all is the girls, is the women group. They are the worst part of it all. They're the ones that are feeding this crazy ego that you have, saying that you were completely right, he was completely wrong, and playing into it. She also goes on to say that she had to cut out her parents of her life, basically. And she's not talking to them now. And the women are her family, this group of women. All she's ever said about her dad, by the way, which is interesting, and I don't know her history, but all she's ever said is she was in sports and he pushed her kind of hard. Maybe he pushed her too hard. I don't know, but never anything really else. And she keeps talking about like it's trauma, it's horrible, controlling, and I had to cut my parents out of my life. But these women who are controlling, and especially Claire, puppet mastering you, oh, they're your new family now. Seems like a solid decision.
Give myself credit that I'm the best by giving 50% of effort. My 50% is better than most people's 100.
Right. What the hell did you just say? My 50% is better than other people's 100. She is so full of herself. Her head can't fit in a room. We talk about men's egos. My God. She thinks she is God's gift to the world. Holy crap.
You had to endure so many skirts and faux furs and bandanas and just distressed clothing. I figure I could at least give you one reprieve.
All right. I don't do this. You'll probably never say it again, but I'm going to return Michael's man card, and I'll tell you why. I don't agree. I don't like the feminine stuff. I don't like the wearing skirts. I don't like all the dangly earrings. Sorry, I just don't. But he can laugh at himself. He can say, look, I am who I am. And you know what? If you don't like it, it's okay. We can laugh about it together. That is what I like. Someone who doesn't have a paper-thin skin, is themselves, also has been a protector for his woman, with the exception of the decision day where he didn't decide, which obviously he wasn't ready for marriage. But for the most part, he was the most manly of men throughout the show. So, you know what? I returned that man card because guess what? He can laugh about it, he can joke, and they can have a good time. And that is part of what being a man is. Being strong, being the protector, but also not taking yourself too seriously. We all have our quirks. All of us. Everyone does. And you can laugh about it and not take everything absolutely so personally and not have the thinnest skin in the world. You're better off for it. So kudos to you, Michael. Like I said, the guy grows on me.
I think deep down, at least some of them want to heal, but you gotta break free from the groupthink.
That's interesting. That's interesting. He said, so they're talking about maybe getting the girls together. Obviously, there's a rift, especially between Lauren and Chloe. They're talking about getting the girls together and the guys and trying to make it work to try to heal the whatever is going on. But it's interesting what he says, because he says, I think at least some of them deep down want to heal, but you got to break away from the groupthink. Who do you think he's talking about? In that scenario, there's only one person I can see that I can say I think generally has good intentions for the most part, but is not in a good place with the women. And that is Becca. She's the only one that doesn't say a whole lot, said her piece about how she felt, but really her and Austin kind of had a decent moment at the reunion, and I give her props for that. Absolutely. But hanging out with these women that are just angry and just trying to trash the men all the time, it's not going to work well for her. So she needs to break away from that. So that's interesting because I think that's what he was talking about.
This is the real deal. It looks so good. I'm not going to say it didn't hurt because it did. I didn't take it like a...
That is the tattoo they got together. It's a wave to show the wave of stuff they went through. It's a squiggle line. Oh my God. It doesn't even, I mean, it looks like a wave drawn in like a picture book for children, I guess. But, and then you're talking about, I feel so powerful. Look at my new tattoo. I feel great. And, you know, Emily's like, it's my first tattoo. I feel great. Like, well, for what? Like, because you got a squiggle line? I mean, this is the easiest tattoo to cover up. Like, that's not bold at all. Good gracious.
I thought, okay, let me get it out, okay? Something that I do value a lot is coming home and being able to talk to somebody about my day.
Yes. Y'all should just be in a relation. I mean, why don't they just go out? I mean, for real, like, did anyone here watching the show not think when you saw the roommate, like, why aren't they just together? Before you ever even knew about their relationship. And now she's saying, well, I like having him there because I just like to have someone I could talk to about my day. Yeah, that's called a relationship. Just lean into it. Like, why not? Because he looks like the unattractive version of Ted Bundy? Maybe. But, nah, they got chemistry there. They just need to end up together. I mean, why fight it? Why fight it? You might as well.
Go.
I feel like you are just a little bit more mature.
Yes, than the other women. That's exactly what she's talking about. I mean, 100%. If I had to choose the most mature out of all the women, it would be Chloe. And guess who's not in with the women's group? Chloe. So, what's up with that? Correlation? Perhaps. You know, these women do not want another woman who they feel is threatening around them, because that threatens the groupthink. So you come in and you are more smart than them. You are more emotionally intelligent because you've got it more together. They don't want you there because they want to be able to have these negative trash sessions about the men. And that's it. That's all it is. Now, they're giving away their wedding dresses. So, you know, that's fine. You know, that's nice. They're giving it to a good cause, supposedly, that donates wedding dresses to, like, terminally ill people. That's great. I'm not going to trash that cause for sure. I think that's fantastic. But it's what they're trying to put their energy into the dress and speak their truth or whatever they're doing. Claire really just kind of shows her cards and shows who she really is.
Just put in the energy of bravery and strength. I mean, to do what we did, it took bravery and it took strength. And
it took bravery and it took strength to do what we did, to be the puppet master of the whole thing. Yes, you put it on Cameron, and Cameron was even like, yes, I just thought that we didn't have the chemistry. We talked about this, and we agreed that maybe this is the best route going forward. Instead, Claire, who's been puppet mastering Emily the whole damn season, it didn't come out till later on, and she's bravery. It took bravery. For what? For you to show that you're going to be a not good therapist whenever you finish getting your licensing? Yeah, okay, sure, bravery.
That in like 20 years when I'm married and rich and hot, that he appears out of the abyss to like recognize.
She is talking about she hopes that Brennan comes back and he realizes because she's married and hot and rich that he made a mistake, and then he works on himself. Like, lady, you need to grow up. You need to replace your therapist, because all he did is show that he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. If that's even your real therapist, it's probably just an actor anyway. And do something to move on with your life. You are showing your immaturity level. Everything through this whole thing has been sarcasm and shots from Emily. That's it. Taking shots at the men, taking alcoholic shots, and just trashing and sarcasm when it comes to Claire even, who's supposed to be your best friend now. Instead, you're clearly showing you're not happy for her by just like every bit of sarcasm that just drips off of you with every comment. And she tries to laugh it off. Like, no. Clear, it doesn't take a body language expert to see that you are just angry. And you know what? I don't want you to be angry. I want you to get help. So please get help. Get away from these crazy ladies and get some help and move on with your life and grow up and mature and find the right person for you. But until then, I don't know what the hell you're going to do, because you ain't going to find someone like that. There's very little hope. There's very little hope. But you know what? It was entertaining. It was a good season overall. It was a good season for how bad it was, I guess, because really none of the couples were meant to be together, and it ended very badly, and no one ended up being together. But we will see how things turn out. The new season for Chicago is coming soon. I don't know when exactly that comes, but continue looking for videos on Thursday, because we're going to do videos of other shows. I'm debating. I'm debating on what show I'm going to do. I could do the absolute train wreck that is MILF Manor. That's kind of out of the realm, but it's more of just for the madness of it all. But we will see. Look for videos on Thursdays, always. You guys are insane. The support I have really I do not take it for granted. I'm blown away. Once we get to 1,000 subscribers, we're going to be looking at that live show, probably just in time for the season of, Chicago, which is going to be great. If you want to support the channel, drop a super thanks, join. More perks will come with more members. But if nothing else, just comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so you know when new videos come out. I appreciate all the support. Thank you so much. Y'all are amazing. And I will see y'all next time.